It's summertime, so you know what that means. It's Field Frenzy 2025. Yes, welcome. We have 9 contestants competing in 8 events to see who will be crowned champion of Field Frenzy 2025. Will fan favourite Andrew Jones win again and retain his title, or will we see a new champion rise up and be crowned victor of 2025? Let's see. Our first event is the Longsword Duels. Your commentator for this event is Daniel Ward.
And you join us here in the Longsword Duels. Lawton is already up by 1 point. Looks like there was a double contact there. So each side should get 1 point each. Let's see what the ref says. Yes, that's true. There was a 1 point for Sai and another point for Lawton. 2-1 to Lawton. Looks like the ref is explaining the double contact rule, which is if both parties hit each other at the same time, then each side gets a point. Okay, we're resetting now. And Sai moving back a little bit further. No cheating there. You can't be starting it in front, and we're off again. Looks like Lawton may have clipped Sai's arm there. It wasn't clear to me from the bird's eye view, but the ref does make the decisions. So we're moving then. 3-1 to Lawton. Moving on and restarting. So we're back in it again, and Lawton making a few jabs. Sai waving her sword around a lot here. And trying to confuse Lawton. Lawton coming over the top, trying to get her way in through this maelstrom. And I think Lawton clipped her on the arm. But did Sai hit her 2 in the knee? Must have been. Can't tell from this camera angle. But that's a point each. 4-2 to Lawton. Sai taking a little bit of a break there, squatting down. And yes, the ref does seem to be indicating double hits. That's what we've got on the screen. Another double hits. But Lawton's still in the lead with 4 points. This would be the match point for Lawton. If she can get another one in, then that means she can win this round and move on to the next one. Yet to see who her opponent will be. But going in for more attacks here. Sai waving her sword around. A hit there from Lawton, but only on the sword, not against the body. Lawton a bit more controlled, but more predictable perhaps. And Lawton being more precise going in, and a big whack to the head there from Lawton. That's unmistakable. Point to Lawton, so that puts Lawton in front. Here we have a replay. Let's have a look. Lawton almost catches the knee, but she unintentionally grabs Sai's sword, but then clouts around the head. Good attack there from Lawton. That puts Lawton in front and puts Sai out of the Longsword Duels, and Lawton is on to the next round. You will join us here in the Bethlehem Newsom versus Andrew Jones duel. And Jones there is going for a lunge. I think he catches her on the arm or the heel. Didn't quite see. But he's 1 point up. This is a bit of a feud duel because these two parties were the finalists in the 2024 season. And they face off against each other once again on the arena in Shapley of 2025. Let's have a look then. Now, Jones is 2 points up. He got another hit in there. Trying to go for that leg strike again, but he misses. Newsom is parrying away Jones's attempts at an attack. Trying to get round his blade. Nothing yet. Jones jumps in and gets a lunge right into the belly of Newsom. He puts him 3 points up. And Newsom does have an injured right arm here. That's why they're fencing with both one hand. And as you can see, it can get a bit heavy. These swords are meant for 2 hands. But Jones is being sporting and holding just one himself. and Jones is spiraling round. He goes for a feint there, but Newsom doesn't fall for it. Lunge there. Newsom parries again. Newsom parries. Well, actually, Jones parries there, but Newsom is coming in. Newsom disengages. Newsom gets him in the belly there. A real good shot. That 1 point for Newsom. That's 1-3 to Jones. Let's watch this replay. Round his blade straight into the belly. A good disengage there from Newsom. And let's see what's going to happen next. Newsom slowly advancing. Jones goes for that leg strike again. The leg strike seems to be a good tactic for him, working quite well. Resetting now. The referee Daniel Ward resetting. And Jones comes in round. I don't think he quite caught her on the back. No, he didn't. That's 2-4 point there to Newsom. 2-4 to Jones. They're coming together. And Jones goes with the lunge, gets the strike right on the belly again. That puts Jones 5-2, and Newsom is out, meaning Jones is through to the next round. And you rejoin us for the Pamment versus Napa duel. These two have not faced off before, so let's see what happens. Pamment going in for the strike there, quite quick, taking the blade, moving forward, pushing through straight round his blade and right into his face. Good one hit there. Let's watch that replay. Napa goes for the attack. Good block from Pamment. Pamment goes, takes Napa's blade. I think you'll see here he goes round the blade, straight into the face. Perfect disengage, perfect defensive work there from Pamment. Puts him 1 point up. Restarting. Anyone to can still win this match? We don't know. Pamment advancing, and Napa advancing. Testing each other. Pamment grabs Napa's blade. Napa grabs Pamment's blade. Napa defending furiously, but Pamment comes round and hits. Oh, they both hit. The ref sees 2 hits. That's another point to Pamment, another point to Napa. First point to Napa. 2-1. Resetting. And Pamment both advancing. Pamment takes Napa's blades and whacks him right on the shoulder. That's 3-1. Let's watch that replay. Pamment making good work of taking the blade. And then he strikes Napa right on the arm there. 3-1 to Van Pamment. And Napa advancing. Napa trying to take Pamment's blade. Pamment tried to take Napa's blade. Napa uses good footwork there, but catches one in the face from Pamment, who responds quickly and resetting here. Napa trying to feign a little bit. Pamment takes Napa's blade. Is he going to fall for again? No, Napa pushes forward. Napa, real great use of footwork there. Pushes forward against Pamment's blade. Can't get it in. Let's watch that again. You see Pamment take Napa blade, but Napa, as we're watching, Napa pushes forward so Pamment can't use that advantage. Pushes Pamment's blade aside and catches him on the leg. Brilliant work there from footwork by Napa. That's an interesting one. And keep moving. So 4-2. Pamment still only needs 1 point to win. And let's see what he does. Pamment catches. Oh, classic capture of the blade and straight to the belly as well. There was 2 hits there, but he only needed 1. And that puts Pamment in the lead with 5-2. That means Napa is eliminated, and Pamment moves on to the next round. Okay, we're back on the arena with Pamment, and this time he's facing Connor. Let's see if his tactics work again. Bit of sparring there. I think Connor and Pamment both touched a double hit there, 1 point each. Approaching each other again. Pamment this time wearing the red mask, Connor in the venom looking mask. Another double hit, and 2 each. This looks like it could be a close one. Resetting from the ref. Both advancing forwards. Good stances from both. Touching blades. Seeing who can gain control. I think this might be another double hit. It is another double hit. Both hitting each other. No one's going to gain an advantage at this stage. Pushing forwards. Pamment and Connor both hit each other again. This is double hit after double hit. This is going to be a quick match. But they're both at the stage now where whoever hit first wins. It's a 4-4. Ref is trying to explain the dire situations. Let's watch the replay. Pamment does get a good whack in there, but Connor recovers and gets a good hit in. Pamment might have hit slightly first, but not long enough. Oh, and then we see a blade breakage. So I think the ref has fixed the blade, and we're going to just move on again. And Pamment does get a good hit in there. But yeah, it's interesting. I could understand the frustration there from Pamment, because that could have gone either way, that match. But Pamment's out, according to the ref. Connor moves on to the next round. Well, we didn't have enough drone battery to film every duel, but as you can see from this really confusing diagram, Connor came out on top in the final duel against Jones, with Pamment coming in third. Let's see what this does to the standings. As you can see, this is only the first round, so this puts Connor in the lead, followed by Jones, then followed by Pamment, with Lawton in fourth. And then everybody else on 1 point, apart from Jackson, who is yet to compete, but we'll see if she joins us later. Now it's time to move on to the Sword and Shield event. And here we are in the Connor versus Pamment Sword and Shield duel. Pamment's off to a good start. He gets 1 point in. A strike to the arm there. I think the ref's having a laugh at how much he whacked Connor there with his short sword. And both of them are resetting and advancing now. Spiralling around one another. Good block hit from Pamment there, straight to the knee of Connor. That puts him 2 points up. Resetting. And here we go. Pamment advancing again on Connor. Coming together now. Oh, Pamment misses and Connor counterattacks. Both hit. Looks like Pamment caught Connor across the face, but Connor did strike the knee there too. Yes, it's a double hit. Let's watch this replay. Pamment goes for the attack but misses, comes back, catches her in the face, does hit her first, but Connor was able to use that time to get in and hit herself, so she's on 1 and Pamment is on 3. Coming together now, let's see. Spiraling around against each other. Hit from the leg on Pamment. Yes, Pamment was miles ahead of Connor there. He gains the point. 4-1. Pamment advancing. Connor advancing. Again, spiraling around one another. Block hit from Pamment. Although I think Connor may have caught the leg, but it doesn't matter. 2-1. Pamment wins with 5 points to 2. Yes, straight to the face. Connor did catch him in the leg, but it doesn't matter because Pamment is the victor in this fight, in this round. That means Connor's out of the competition. Pamment moves on to the next round, and we'll see who he faces next. And now we move on to the next round, which is Lawton versus Newsom. Newsom again injured in that right hand, so she cannot afford a shield, but she's making good nonetheless. Lawton go for those attacks. Newsom parrying Lawton, while going for those blade beats. Newsom in quite a defensive stance despite the lack of a shield. Again, trying to find a way in. Not much action now, it's a bit of a standoff. Probing those defences by Newsom. Lawton goes for attack, but Newsom parries. I think Lawton there caught Newsom on the heel. Let's take a look at that replay. Block from Lawton, and just a light little touch on the heel there, but it's enough to get a point. That's 1 up to Lawton. And we're resetting now. Here we go, both advancing upon each other. Lawton again trying to go for that leg shot. Using parry, but I think with Lawton caught her in the knee. That's 2 up to Lawton. Newsom still on 0. Doing very well despite the lack of a shield. Coming together now for the third round. Newsom trying to go for those leg hits. Newsom swatting Lawton's attacks away, but I think Lawton gets a jab. Yes, she does. In the knee. Another knee shot. 3-0 to Lawton. Lawton and Newsom coming together again. Close hit there, nearly from Newsom to the head. Didn't quite connect. Double hits. Actually, I think Lawton may have gone over the top there. Yes, she did. That is 1 point to Newsom. Let's look at the replay. Lawton just misses. Newsom ducks and catches the side of Lawton's right knee. That's first point to Newsom, and 3-1 to Lawton. More parrying from Newsom. Newsom doing a good job of defensive, even though she lacks the shield. More parries. Double hit there, looks like it. A double hit. 4-2 to Lawton. resetting for the next round. Coming together. Bit of a standoff still. Who's going to make the first move? Lawton being the aggressor, but I think Newsom put their arm up to defend that hit and Lawton caught from the elbow. Unless that's not the case. No, it looks like it might have been a missed call by the ref. Those things do happen. Ref trying to work out what's happened. Coming together again. Must have been a missed call. More parrying from Newsom. More parrying. Ref struggling to get an angle. And I didn't quite see what happened there, but Lawton got the point. 5-3 to Lawton. A good round there. And that puts Newsom out of the competition. Lawton moves on to the next round. Move on to the next fight here. It's Jones versus Napa. Let's see what these guys have got. Jones, good block hit there. Napa hits his shield, but Jones catches him in the leg. Let's look at the replay. Block hit. Perfect execution there from Jones. That's the first point straight in there for Jones. 1-0. Advancing on to Jones got a low stance there. Good stance, good protective stance. 2 hits there. First one doesn't connect, second one does. Second point to Jones. Back to their corners. Coming together again. Jones circling Napa. And we didn't see what quite happened there. I think Jones may have caught him on the hip, but Napa didn't connect. That's 3 points to Jones. Jones crouched low, coming together. Napa goes for that strike, catches him on the knee. 1-0, so not 1-0, 3-1 to Napa. 1 point there to Napa, 3-1 to Jones. Jones does a roll. Doesn't quite work for him, he gets caught. But he gets the point, but it's a double hit. Let's look at that replay. Real action roll here from Jones. Maybe not the smartest move, but he does get a hit on the Napa's ankle, but Napa gets him on the back too, the back of the shoulder. 4-2 to Jones. Windy here, so our drone operator is doing his best. Napa trying to bait Jones. Napa goes to the hit, but it gets a double hit. Napa does hit with 3, but Jones gets that final point of 5. That puts Napa out of the competition. Jones moves on to the next round. And here are the results of the sword and shield round. Jones comes in first, defeating Pamet in the final duel, who came second, and Sai came third. Let's see how that affects the rankings. Jones moves up into first place with 9 points. Pamet moves up into second place with 7 points. Connor moves down into third. Lawton remains in the same position. Sai advances quite considerably into joint fourth position, and the rest are in fifth with 2 points.
Yes, those were some great sword events, and they put Connor, Pamet and Jones all in the running for the top 3 places. And now we'll move on to an event the organisers are calling Get Down Mr. Praetorian. I think you'll see why that's the case when it rolls.
And you join us here in the Get Down Mr. Praetorian event. That's a play on words by the organisers of Get Down Mr. President. And the objective of this event is to try and hit Dan there in the middle with some yellow balls. And the winners of the event will be whoever can stop the balls from hitting him. So whoever gets Dan hit the least. You can see there Pamet and Jones with the shields. They're going to use them to try and protect Dan as the spectators hurl balls in his direction. Of course, it will be a challenging thing because Dan's not going to make it easy for them. But here we go, and they're throwing balls at him. Pamet there grabbing both shields in front, an interesting strategy. Jones wrestling with Dan to try and keep him from getting in harm's way, which he will be trying to do to try and make it a bit more difficult for the protectors. And Pamet and Jones doing a fantastic job here. People trying to hurl balls at Dan, but Pamet and Jones successfully blocking them. Pamet holding up 2 shields here. Nearly Dan breaks free, nearly gets in harm's way. Another ball from a spectator comes serene past him, and we can see Kai on the front, almost trying to get a ball in his direction. Jackson's walking around the back there, picking up some balls from behind, and Pamet and Jones are really doing good work Dan gets hit. Jones picks up Dan, but leads him straight into the direction of some angry spectators there, hurling balls at him, and Pamet deflects another one there. And it looks like
Looks like Jones has managed to keep Dan away from some spectators, and that's end of the time. Jones and Palmer did really well there. I think I counted about 8 hits on Dan, and I'll have to see what the other teams will do. And that concludes Get Down, Mr. Praetorian. We only have so much drone battery, so we can't bring you everything, but we can bring you the results. And that puts the orange team in front, to only allowed Dan to get hit 8 times. The pink team is after them, who got Dan hit 18 times. Green team is after that, who got Dan hit 25 times. And the blue team below is in 4th position with 37 hits to Dan. So let's see how that affects the standings. And Jones is still reasonably far out in front with 13 points. Pammont close behind with 11 points. Connor slips down a bit but doesn't lose position with 8 points. Lawton's still in 4th with 7. Sai moves up into 5th with 5 points, and Lou joins her also in 5th position with 5 points. Napa slips down to 6th with 4 points. Newsom slips down to 7th with 3 points. And now it's time to move on to the obstacle course event. Your drill sergeant for this event is Daniel Ward.
Go! 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 Fucking lower, you piece of shit! Go! Lower! Lower! Get down! Lower! 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 Get lower! Fuck's sake! Get up front! Fuck! Smaller! Go! Fucking move it! Go! 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 Smaller! Run like old people! Fuck! Go! Run! Come on! Move it! Do I have to stop and push you? Go! Jump! Fuck it up! Pick it up! Pick it up! Pick it up! Round the pitchfork! Roll it now! Roll! 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 Roll it! Come on! Move! Move! Fucking run it in! Go! Like it! Fucking run!
I can't see!
My grandma runs faster than I do in a wheelchair! Stop! Go! Get down! Crawl! 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 You're moving quick, boy! Fucking, are you ready for the police? Fucking slalom! Slalom! Slalom it! Weak! Weak! Move! Go up and over, run! 2 feet! 2 feet! Go! Run! Move it, boy! Run it in! That way, you prick! Go! Get on your belly! Shut the ground! Shut! Pretend the ground's better! Pretend the ground's better! Breathe like you're a vacuum maker! Breathe like you're a vacuum maker! Round. Through the gap! Run it in! Not running! Landlord! Wow! Go! Left! Right! Left! I'm going to run. Right! Left! Right! Good! 6 1. We'll just see what he does.
Woo! This is a record!
Fucking man, just don't fucking do that! I wouldn't even pay you a proper salary at work, you can't listen to it! How the hell do you say fucking 2 feet?
She's doing well.
Go! Crawl! Get down! Lower! 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 Fucking lower! down, lower! Get on your belly! Hump the ground! Hump the ground, for fuck's sake! You destroy my obstacle course! You fucking hate me! Fucking do it! Slalom! Slalom! Fucking go! Go! Come on, hurry up! Jump back! Jump back! 2 feet! Jump! Landings! Pick them up, tire! Go! Pick it up! Come on, I think I'm losing my voice! This is so slow, my voice is gonna run out! Through there, through! No, no! Back up! Get down! Shag the ground! Pretend it's fucking Andrew! Shag it! Slalom! Weave! Like you're a basket maker! Weave that basket! Weave! Land on 2 feet! 2 feet! Go! Bring it up! Roll it round! I'm the post! Through there! Go! Fucking do it! Go!
Run at me! Run!
Roll! No! Oh, you're breaking my spine! Alright, back on it! Oh, what the fuck are you doing? Stop hurting my costume! You landed on 1 feet! Roll it!
I don't know what I'm doing! I don't know what I'm doing!
Get down! You're an ecologist! Study the fucking ground! Study the ground! Study that ground! What's in the grass? Go forward! Left, right! Go! Too big! Go! Roll it, boys! Roll it! Come on, move! Through! Good job running in!
Come on, man! Come on! Yeah, let's go!
And here we have the time after penalties, and Jones leads the way with a time of 23 minutes 1 second, putting him in first for the event. So that concludes the obstacle course. Let's see how it affects the positions. And Jones is still in first with 23 points. Pamet is still in second with 19 points. Connor is still in third with 15 points. Lawton still in fourth with 13 points. Napa moves up to fifth with 12 points. Newsom down to sixth with 9 points. Side down to seventh with 8 points. Lou still in 8th with 7 points. And Jackson scores her first points of the event in 9th with 1 point. Now the obstacle course marked the end of the physical phase of the competition, and after that we moved on to the intellectual phase, where we played all sorts of parlour games. But to see it, you'll have to come to next year's 2026 one, because to film it wouldn't be very interesting, and because we don't have a dedicated microphone setup, it wouldn't be a great watch either. So let's take a look at the scores after the intellectual phase. And here are the scores after the intellectual phase, and Jones is in first place with 35, Pamet in second with 33, and Connor in third with 30. Jones was able to defeat Pamet in the final duel, which we don't have any footage of because we ran out of drone battery and because it was very dark. But that means that Jones is winner once again in Field Frenzy, and he secures his position for 2025, and we'll have to see if he's defeated in 2026. But now we will move on to the closing ceremony and the awarding of the trophy.
As the orange team, you win the team cup.
You can take it together, one side each.
Yeah. Orange, round of applause for the orange team. No, stay there again. Absolutely quickly. And for the second year in a row, Mr. Andrew Jones wins the Ellis Cup.
What is this? You're like the sponsor of the event.
You fucking peasants! all these up, you know.
So, Andrew Jones has been crowned Field Frenzy Champion 2025. We've had some real highs and lows in this tournament, but we're going to leave you with some great highlights. Thanks for watching. See you next year.